welcome to Logan County High School, where Grayson County is about to play a pair of games. We're about 5 minutes away from tip-off. We're having to set up in a hurry, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our interview with Coach Travis Johnston right now to get his thoughts on the matchup, Grayson County and Paducah Tilghman, as this is Grayson County basketball on K. Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by head coach Travis Johnston. Coach, first off, when we talk about last week, I got to know, when you went back and watched film, how do you grade your brother's interview?
I still have not got to watch it. I meant to watch it that night, but we got started on Ballard Memorial and stuff like that. I heard from several people it was pretty good. He used a lot of the same words that we were using in the locker room at the time. But I did hear it was good. He's always good. Sometimes it seems like he don't talk very well, but you put a camera in front of him, and he always steps up his game.
He's a big-time player, I guess you could say that. As far as the rest of the week, you go 1-2. Day 3, you lose to St. Mary. Carlisle County lost, and then you beat Ballard Memorial. What were your takeaways?
Well, the first thing is we knew we needed to beat Carlisle because when St. Mary lost that first game, you knew if you played them in the third game, it was going to be tough, and it was. And going back and watching, I don't think we played all that bad against Carlisle, other than our rebounding was horrible. But they're a good team. They're a really good team, veteran team, and that's what we saw a lot of. Ballard Memorial, the score got bumped up, but it was an 8-point game at halftime, and we played a lot of good guards, a lot of strong guys, and a lot of veteran guys, and that's something that should be good for our team going down the road. Of course, you'd like to win at least one more of them, but I think that was a good test for us, and it kind of showed what kind of teams that are going to give us problems.
I might mention one of your trigger words here, and you just mentioned it as well, rebounding. When you go back and watch, how much of this is what it is, you just aren't big enough, and how much of it is effort?
It seems like lately it's been a lot more effort. Our guys, whether we're in our zone or our man, if they're guarding out on the perimeter, they're trying to leak out for some reason, and we don't have one guy, unless the ball goes to Jack, we don't have one guy that we can just say, hey, you clear out your space and go get the ball. We'll take off to the other end. We don't have that. And our guards have to do a lot better job rebounding. The top of our 3-2 zone that we usually play is Spencer, Gage, and Landon. And Landon rebounded pretty good against Ballard Memorial, but those guys aren't rebounding very well. And we got to get better production from our guard spots rebounding the ball.
Your last 3 games, the ones we've been talking about, have all played Paducah Tilghman this season out of their 8 games. Does that help?
You get to go and, of course, we got all the films for them, and you get to go and compare scores and how you thought we played versus them and how Tilghman would. And it shows you that they're good. If I'm not mistaken, I think they beat all 3 of them. Some of them were close games, but you never know down there with districts and whose home court's better than the others and stuff like that. But it goes to show that it's going to be a tough game. And after watching them, their guard is really, really good. They're sophomore, and they got a Hoss inside that'll have 25 rebounds if we don't put a body on him. So it's good to get that because you know how those other teams play, and you're able to compare it to them.
They're not a great three-point shooting team, about 30% as a team, but inside the arc they're shooting about 60%. What makes them so good?
The big boy in the middle, he's a hoss. He seals really, really good, and he's good around the rim. And if he misses it, he knows he's going to miss it, and he goes and gets it. And they got a couple good drivers. And then, like I said, that left-handed point guard they got has one of the better floaters that we've scouted in a long time. So they're just tough, and they got really good players. And honestly, those 2 are both kind of mismatches for us. So we're going to have to do some different things to try to neutralize them.
Coach, good luck. More comes up in the locker room show after this.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-8338-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels.
Welcome here to Logan County High School, where Grayson County is about to take on Paducah Tilghman. We are underway here in this game as Kate Hanshaw has the ball for Grayson County. Sam Gormley and Stephen Smith with you as there's Spencer Langdon with the ball there on the far corner. And I'm all out of sorts here, Stephen. We're good to go as we welcome you in here to Logan County High School, as it is Brody Armstrong with a jump pass to the top of the key to Logston. 3, top of the key for Jack. Pops in and out, and it's rebounded by the Blue Tornado on the inside. We're going to have a foul called on Grayson County to open up. Sam Gormley and Stephen Smith with you today. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in to today's broadcast. And, Stephen, I don't really know what you need. How you doing?
Guys, if you all could have seen Sam the last 10 minutes, the last game kind of went down to the wire. And then they had to kick out the last radio people, get us on. So literally Sam is still hooking up stuff right now. So we do ask for a little bit of patience here as this game gets started.
We're going to make it work. I've lost my pencil as there's a 3 by Paducah Tilghman. It's way off to the right. Brody Armstrong with a rebound. That's their best player, Miles Woodfork. This Paducah Tilghman team is a really talented group it's just all around. They beat 3 teams that Grayson County played last week. And I don't know how much you want to read into similar opponents and so on, but it is something that can at least be somewhat interesting as Langdon drives around, gets around the defender, layup right side, good for Spencer Langdon. And it's the Cougars of Grayson on the board first. They lead 2-0 against the Blue Tornado.
Tillman's coming out and really pressuring the ball in the half court, and we did a good job with that, and Spencer got through and was able to get a layup.
There's a drive down, and a steps violation is going to be called. Langdon had a career-high 24 points, matching that last week in their win against Ballard Memorial. And here's the thing, for Grayson County to pull off what would be an upset in this game, they are going to have to make some shots. And, I know that seems like, great take, Sam. Got to make shots to win games, but I think by that, you just got to knock down the open ones, because this is a really, really talented Blue Tornado team. It's into the corner, Armstrong, who is their top three-point shooter percentage-wise. And in the lane, Logston bobbles. He's double-teamed, now triple-teamed, and a foul is going to be called on that near side of the floor. Foul is called on Miles Woodfork, his first, team's first.
Makes you think they've done their scouting, got on Jack really quick there, had 3 guys suffocate around him.
Logston is their leading scorer for Grayson County, 22.1 points per game. Inside the lane, it's bobbled by Logston, and they're coming almost with a triple team on him. Inside to Armstrong on the right side. He just has it ripped and taken away with the ball. That was Wilkins. Getting it inside now off the left block. Basket good by Josh Campbell to put the Blue Tornado on the board. They are now tied here at 2-2. Again, we are still getting set up, and we're running another crew member down today. So because of that, I'm having to run camera. And that last trip, I'm sorry, I just forgot that I was running camera. Because, Stephen, I looked like I just took a dip in the pool. I described to you, you said, do I need help? And I said, I'm just going to look like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, I just got out of the way. He went and got me a bottle of water and sat and watched warm-ups.
And it wasn't very long. They only decided to put 12 minutes of warm-ups on to try and stay on time, I guess. It is Logston with the ball at the top of the key for Grayson County. Gives it to Langdon on the right side. Off to the left side to Armstrong. Steps into the open 3. It pops in and out. Brody Armstrong hits the 3. We mentioned he is their percentage-wise leading three-point shooter. And we're going to have a walk called on Josh Campbell.
Well, Sam, you called it. The key to the game, hit shots.
And it doesn't matter what they look like. That one dropped into the net.
If they go in, they count them. Good to see the Cougars get some shots going in early. Looks like they're handling the pressure Tilghman's up in their face pretty good. They're handling it pretty well so far.
You didn't get a chance to hear Coach Johnston's interview, but that was one of his keys, is handling this Paducah Tilghman pressure. They are more athletic than them. There's no question about that. It's right on cue. The pass is taken away by Campbell. Little Euro step off the right side. Henshaw does a good job staying in front of him, and the ball's off of Campbell. Great defense there.
One of the things I heard the coach say just as the pregame was playing was talking about keeping them off the boards and their rebounding. I don't know which one he was talking about. Probably number 25, maybe. Said he.
That's
could get,
Amari Williams. He is 6'4" and incredibly athletic. Logston baseline jumper puts it in for Grayson County. Good start for the orange and blue. Jack Logston with his first basket. It is now 7-2 here against the Blue Tornado. Now Logston gets a steal, goes into the hands of Napier, into the middle to Logston, but great recovery defense. Now off to Williams, down the left side. The reverse shot is good there for Josh Campbell. He's got all 4 of Paducah's points.
Pretty good body control there too, Sam, on that drive.
It might not surprise you that he was one of their leading wide receivers for a Paducah Tilghman football team that pretty good. Left side 3, Napier puts it in. Gage puts in his first 3 of the contest, and it's 10-4, Grayson County on top of Paducah Tilghman. And if anything, the full court pressure giving them a little bit of fits.
It is.
Down the lane, stripped on the way up is Campbell. Loose ball out of bounds off of Grayson County. It's going to stay with Paducah Tilghman. Landon Haycraft's going to come off the bench now for Grayson.
This being the first boys game that I've done, one of the things that's been impressive for me for the Cougars here early on is their scrappiness, the way they get after it. They do quick hands. Will pick up an occasional foul, but they do get after it really hard on the defensive end, especially when they can stretch out and do that full course pressure.
And those fouls I classify as kind of the hustle fouls, as to where you can't
can
really
take
be
them.
mad. You can't be mad if you're head coach Travis Johnston. Over to the far side, Woodfork gets it into the post. They're really feeding Campbell early on in this game. Campbell averages 8.2 points per game, 5.8 rebounds. He's primarily a driver. And the foul was called on Grayson County. It was called on Armstrong. His first, team's second. To the line is Joshua Campbell. 45% free throw shooter on the young season, but the stroke is there.
Rips that one.
We were touching on that. I think it was a girls' the player for Owensboro that she shot 45% or so, and sure as heck didn't look like it.
Yeah,
when
that's
we
exactly right.
went back. Henshaw is out. In for him is Kobe Morton. Second chance. Good. Both free throws in for Joshua Campbell. Didn't look like a 45% shooter there. Langdon is trapped in the backcourt. Gives it off into the middle to Martin. Martin flips it off to Haycraft. Haycraft pulls up from 7 feet. The bank is not open. Logston's follow. Can't fall it in. He gets a second chance, and he says, I'll take it this time.
Good job on the boards there. Keep fighting. Keep tipping. Good things happen.
If there's been one major weakness for this Grayson County team is Campbell saves the ball in bounds. He does find his guard Woodfork. If there's been a weakness for this Grayson County team, it has been rebounding. Shot missed and rebounded by Logston on the inside. Logston did have a double-double in their win against Ballard Memorial on Thursday of last week. To the right side to Armstrong, into the corner to Langdon. 3, got it!
It's good to see, like we keep saying, keep hitting shots.
It is 12-9. Grayson County has the 3-point advantage, or 12-6 rather. 15-6. Say, Stephen, we set up in about 2 minutes, when it usually takes us 30, is probably an understatement. But I believe we have fixed the stream now. At least we're hoping so. And it is a 23-14 game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Grayson County leads the game. Again, we apologize for that. We are not used to setting up quite as quick as we did here today. Off to the left side with the ball, it is Antoine McClure. Deep 3, top of the key by Harris. It's way off to the left. It's an air ball, and it'll go out of bounds.
Looks like they were in a 3-2 zone there that kind of caught them off guard and really didn't know what to do.
And see, it's interesting because that's been a zone that Grayson County has played a lot this season. If anything, that's probably been their zone that they've played the most of, especially in the half court. So it'd be interesting that they've not seen it on film at all. Langdon on the right side. It's a 9-point Grayson County lead. He has 12 points, and it's stolen. Diving. Langdon's got it back. Drives down the lane. Off the left side. Not there. Follow. Good. Langdon's got 14 in the first half of play. And it is 25-14. Grayson County on top. Weaving in the lane. Nice move by Wilkins. Shots missed. Rebound picked up by Langdon, and he's fouled on the interior.
Well, you know, you heard Coach on the pregame talk, and got to keep them off the boards, and the Cougars are doing a pretty good job of going to the boards themselves here, offense and defensive end.
And your score is 23-14, or was the score at the end of the first half of play. It is now 25-14. I was talking with assistant coach Brett Johnston before the game, and he told me, he said that yesterday in practice was one of their worst practices of the game as Logston loses the ball of the season. As it's an outlet pass off to Harris on the right side, flips it off into the far corner, back up to the top of the key. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Up top, stolen by Langdon, off to Haycraft. He's being trailed by 3 defenders, goes up and makes the shot. The strong take by Landon Haycraft. I thought that was a recipe for disaster going 1-on-3. Landon said, oh, nope, I got this. 3 top of the key to answer, good. It's put in there by McClure. His first 3 of the game. In fact, he's only appeared in 2 games this season. 27-17, Grayson County on top of Paducah Tilghman. Langdon drives in the right side, flips it up, basket good for Spencer Langdon. 16 now for the freshman for Grayson County. Excellent start for the orange and blue. Inside pass deflected and taken away. It is Hanshaw with it. Hanshaw comes down the near side of the floor, speeds up down the lane, flips it off to Langdon. Got to take a heat check, man. Langdon drives in off the glass. How about it again? 18 for Spencer Langdon. Timeout on the floor, taken by Paducah Tilghman. We'll take it with him. This is Grayson County Cougar basketball on K105.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
County leads 31-17 here with, they've cleared the clock out here. I'm going to look here. 5 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the first half of play. Sam Gormley and Stephen Smith with you. And Stephen, I was touching on it before we went to break in that last one, that assistant coach Brett Johnston, he was telling me that yesterday was one of their worst practices of the entire year. He said, ironically enough, though, the only one that was worse was before Ohio County, where Grayson County maybe played their best game of the season. Well, but as he said, he probably doesn't want this to become a thing, saying we practice bad and play good.
Had a few days off through Christmas, and a lot of times you'll see that coming out of a holiday like that where you haven't been able to get on the floor. You're going to be a little bit sluggish. Guys probably didn't eat the best over the break and probably were maybe not the best sleep hours. So hopefully, well, so far they've bounced back pretty well here.
They've done a good job limiting Tillman's size advantage, too, which is one of the biggest things, because Tillman's not necessarily taller. There's a throwaway pass. I always love to, Stephen, on that. McClure, he tried to plead his case saying it was tipped, and the official said, no, it was not. Nice try, though.
I can't believe I just said something about them eating poorly, as bad as I've eaten over the last few days, Sam. Or over the last few years, maybe I should say.
Holiday calories don't count, though. Hanshaw dumps it off to Logston. Great play, and Logston finishes on the left side. Jack Logston has 7 points, and here comes Paducah Tilghman out and running as Grayson County is up 16 on Paducah Tilghman with 5:15 left in the first half of play. That is Thompson with the ball on the right side. We got an interesting factoid about him, Stephen, that's probably going to blow your mind for the 8th grader here in just a moment.
Yeah, I was
Thompson's
surprised to see he's only an 8th grader. He looks pretty mature.
Well, interesting fact about him is there's a 3 top of the key, and it is airballed. We'll bring you that fact really quick. Avery Thompson, the 8th grader, has already received an offer to play college football. Do you want to know who the offer is?
Sure.
University of Kentucky offered him as an 8th grader to play football as a quarterback.
Wow.
So if you want to know that they think something special about this kid.
As an 8th grader.
As an 8th grader. Martin drives down the right side. He's fouled on the drive. And if that's on Williams, I believe that'll be his second.
Yeah, that is his second.
And it is.
That's good to see. Get him off the floor. Again, Sam, the Cougars, they just keep taking it to the basket. They keep forcing it, and good things have been happening so far.
To the line will be Kobe Martin, 3 of 4 from the stripe on the season. The first one a little bit too strong there for Kobe Martin. This Grayson County team has never played Paducah Tilghman. They played last year in girls basketball, a game that Grayson County was down really big early and came back and won, and a game that I know Todd Johnston, the former girls basketball coach, said was the best win in a long time, and right on cue, we're going to have a double dribble by Avery Thompson. And that was one of those that Avery Thompson, you could tell, like in mid-dribble, he was like, no, what am I doing?
Yeah, he didn't aim to.
No, it just –
You're still going to get the call, though.
No, if you tell the official I didn't mean to, that doesn't –
Just like telling the state trooper you didn't mean to go through that stop sign.
You could try that maybe with Norman Chaffins. Maybe he'll let it go.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Langdon driving down into the far corner to Gage Napier. 34-17, Grayson County, and it'll go towards Paducah Tilghman here with the ball. Stephen, you've seen the world of where broadcasting doesn't necessarily always want to be our friend. 3 left side, good. Put in by Wilkins. Ahmad Wilkins puts in his first 3.
Well, I don't feel like I'm doing very good on the mic, but when we start doing technical stuff and cords start flying, I'm even worse.
And trying to talk without using words, and it's easier said than done.
I don't know what the equipment's called. And
that thing is usually what we say.
That box.
Yep.
No, the other box.
Yep. The white cord. Not that white cord, the other white cord. 40-29, 27 seconds left. Grayson County has the ball underneath of their own basket. Giving it off to the left side to Haycraft, off to Robinson at the top of the key, to the right side to Hanshaw. He drives in, off the glass, he throws it up, almost goes in. It's a little bit too strong, though, on the take. Spinning it around to McClure, driving the baseline. The floater is not there. It's missed. Langdon with 10 seconds. Langdon speeds up down the lane. He's been the man in the first half of play. Langdon, floater, good for Spencer Langdon. He just takes it straight to the hole. Here comes Paducah Tilghman with 2 seconds. With 1 second, half-court shot at the buzzer is no good. A little bit too long. At the end of the first half of play, Grayson County leads Paducah Tilghman 42-29. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Here we come.
Session stand is open. Go out the doors underneath the video board. It will be to your left.
Welcome back here to Logan County High School, where Grayson County has a 42-29 lead against Paducah Tilghman. Coming up on our halftime show, we will run down some scores from this game, the scores from around the region, and get you ready for half number 2. So we'll take a break. This is Cougar Basketball right here on K105.
I'm not here to fire you up. If you're not already fired up, you shouldn't be in this room. If this victory isn't worth all you have to give, then leave. But now, right now is your chance to be a part of a victory the world will remember forever. Victory over cancer. This victory isn't just happening. It isn't inevitable.
What does hope mean?
Now is our time, your time. You may save someone you love.
Time is very precious.
Today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. A victory that is there for the taking. Grab it. How was that?
Now that was a great halftime speech. Let's go win.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Welcome back here to Logan County High School, where Grayson County leads Paducah Tilghman 42-29 at the half. Sam Gormley and Stephen Smith back here with you. Again, to those watching with us, we apologize for the technical issues. I believe we have fixed them. Knock on wood, Stephen. Again, if you are just joining us, we had the shortest pregame show I've ever had, which was, "Hi, how are you?"
Here's the tip.
Yes. We didn't even get the tip.
Yeah.
We were so late. And then we had the interview with Coach Johnston. So because of that, we have been scrambling this entire time to bring you anything, pretty much. We've been plugging stuff in, unplugging stuff, and trying it. But again, we think that we have fixed everything at the half. As again, Grayson County leads. I just looked down and I'm like, that is not the right score that I just put in at halftime on the Twitter sphere. So I apologize for that. We're going to delete that and try that again. Because I was like, is Grayson County really up 20? No, they're only up 13. But, Stephen, first half, I think Travis Johnston's got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, we kept talking about the penetration that Grayson County was able to get. They did a pretty good job of keeping Tilghman off the boards. There were a few times they got a couple putbacks. But even on our end, we got some putbacks too. Did hit some threes, and it did seem like that they were getting out on the fast break, weren't too shocked by the pressure, and they were able to apply some of their own pressure. So it is good to see. I think Coach would be happy, and opening up this second half, hopefully we'll be able to see more of the same.
We'll take a break. Run down the scoring for the first half of play after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-833-8-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Welcome back here to beautiful Logan County High School, where, Stephen, remember, if you need to use the restroom, you got to go across the street, you got to get the key from the helper, and then it's on the
key's hooked to a spare tire.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a spare tire or a cougar tail or something like that. No, they had a water main break today, so because of that, there's no water in this gym. So it's just.
So we're not going to be able to get a shower between games.
I need one. I need one, as I've been sweating. Again, apologize to those watching with us. I think we fixed everything, even you listening as well. We think we fixed everything. Fingers crossed. I'm crossing all my fingers that we've gotten it fixed. Because remember, there's a second game today as the Lady Cougars will take on Carlisle County a little bit later on today. In fact, I look, if we need help, Stephen, there's the man to help us directly to our right. I mean,
at the top of the totem pole.
Listen, it doesn't get much higher than him, so he can come over and help us. Maybe I got a third microphone and we can put the headset on him. I'm sure he'd love that. I
don't know how electronically mechanical Doug is, but I'm sure he could talk and it would sound a whole lot better than me.
And me. I mean, it's low bars, right?
Yeah, right.
Spencer Langdon leads the way for Grayson with 20 points, 7 for Jack Logston, 5 for Brody Armstrong, 4 for Landon Haycraft, 3 for Gage Napier, 2 for Caden Hanshaw, 1 for Kobe Martin. And if you're a Paducah fan watching, I'm sorry. When I only have 3 hands and needed a 4th, I didn't quite have all of your stats. I have Josh Campbell with 6 to lead the scores. I know that is not accurate, though. And frankly, I tried to get down and ran out of time to bring you more. So Grayson County leads Paducah Tilghman 42-29 at the half. Second half's next on K105.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Logan County, where Grayson County leads 42-29. As we start the second half of play, they had to abruptly shut off Taylor Swift. It's Sam Gormley and Stephen Smith with you. And Stephen, it's been a good first half of play. They tried to feed it into Spencer Langdon as the Cougars started with the ball, but it's a steal and a run out coming for Paducah Tilghman. As it is Williams on the right side, 3 up by Wilkins, and it's an air ball out of bounds. Stephen, you mentioned coming out of the break that Paducah Tilghman looked like a team that was down by 13.
Yeah, and I don't know if their coach got on them pretty good at the half, but they all came out kind of shoulders slumped, no pep in their step. I would assume that he probably did get in them pretty good, so we'll see how they respond.
Hayden Hanshaw down the left side is bumped and fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
That should be 3 on Williams, I think.
That is going to be the 3rd on Amari Williams. He will go to the line, or rather, Hanshaw will go to the line for the first time today. Hanshaw 60.6% from the season. First shot, good there for Caden Hanshaw. I think, Stephen, when you have a team that is reeling, and Paducah Tilghman is right now, something that they haven't experienced in a little bit, if you can come out here and put on even like a 7-0 run, you could put this game away immediately.
Yes, Sam, I know I've said it at least one time and probably every other game that I've been on with you so far. The first 5 minutes of the second half, this is a time when the Cougars might be able to put a nail in the coffin right here.
Top of the key, Thompson almost shuffled that extra step. He had the double dribble earlier in the game. On the right side, it is Woodfork. They've done a phenomenal job on him. Crossing it over to the far corner. Top of the key, Woodfork. He's a lightning fast driver. He's got a really good floater as well. Wearing the lime green shoes. They give it to Woodfork. He's going to step into a deep 3. Top of the key. It's off the back of the iron. Rebounded on the floor by Logston for Grayson County. Jack angles back towards the near side of the floor. Bounce pass to Napier on the left block. Napier amongst the trees. It's a little bit short. Armstrong tried to tap the rebound out, but it went right into the hands of Josh Campbell. Driving down the left side. Napier might have gotten a hand on it, and because of it, we're going to have a charge caught on the inside. Brody Armstrong takes the charge on Miles Woodfork.
Second charge of the game that he's taken. Really good to see. Good positioning there. Stayed in place. Let the guy run over him. That's one of those things I don't know if you can teach a young kid how to take a charge. You got to either have it in your gut to do it or not, and Brody does.
Travis Johnston just gave Brody Armstrong a high five, and my hand hurts.
Yeah.
On how hard he gave it.
Yeah.
And as a coach, I mean, as a player, there's nothing that feels better than that high five, though, because it's very well deserved. Logston almost lost it. Up to the top of the key to Napier, left wing, Hanshaw. Grayson County on top, 44-29. 6:10 left in the third quarter of play. Langdon on the right side, top of the key, gambling and almost stealing. Logston inside, there's nobody there, and it's stolen. Coming down the near side of the floor, getting around the defender. Wilkins shot, missed rather. Rebounded by Armstrong. It's a run out for Grayson. 2-on-1. Armstrong flip shot in transition. Good for Brody Armstrong.
You know, in watching him for a couple years, I don't mean any disrespect. You wouldn't pick him out of a lineup of players, but he gets it done. Inside
the lane, Campbell misses 2 shots. Rebound, loose ball. Armstrong's got it, and he's fouled twice on the interior. Brody Armstrong's come out like he's been shot out of a cannon in this second half of play.
You really enjoy seeing kids do that. They, maybe they don't have the physicality that the team they're playing against, but they're playing harder, and the scoreboard's showing it right now.
I'll tell you, I know Travis Johnston, if you would have told him this time a year and a month ago that Brody Armstrong would have be your third leading scorer and be averaging double figures and so on, I think he'd have said you were crazy. Foul called on Avery Thompson for Paducah Tilghman.
May have not thought they would have had the success they have, but he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, and the biggest thing with Brody, and he does one thing that you cannot teach when it comes to basketball, is he plays hard.
He plays hard.
And as Logston in the lane, floats it up, shots off the back of the iron, rebounded on the floor. You can't teach that.
No.
Inside the lane, stripped. Hanshaw's hands have been very effective today. 3 in the far corner is missed on the inside, rebounded by Napier on the interior for Grayson County.
Tilghman looks like they're satisfied to take those shots on the outside. Grayson is pushing it, and again, score showing it.
3 near side by Napier is off the backside, rebounded on the interior by Wilkins. Paducah Tilghman entering this game shoots about 30%. It's down the right side, basket good by Amari Williams. They can't take him off the floor with those 3 fouls. Paducah Tilghman came into this game 30.6% from 3. They shoot nearly 60% inside the arc. 3 by Logston, it's short. Long rebound chased down by Armstrong amongst the trees. Bounce past Langdon on the right side. Blocked from behind. Logston had it, loses it, but Thompson had it, and his foot was on the baseline.
From where I was sitting, I couldn't see that right there. The block went right into Jack's hands. He was ready for it. I don't know if somebody came from the side and tipped it as well, but the ball's going to stay with the Cougars here underneath the basket.
This camera's a little bit in the way, isn't it? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
In the near corner, Hanshaw drives in, flips it off to Armstrong, off the left side to Langdon. 3 in, out,
good.
And in. It drops. 23 for Spencer Langdon. 1 off of his career high that he's had a couple of times. 3 near side to answer. It's missed. Langdon with a rebound for Grayson County. 49-31. Grayson County on top. An outlet to Logston. Down the right side. Euro step off the glass. Good for Jack Logston.
You see, Tilghman wasn't getting back on defense in that, and we got an easy bucket on it.
Tell you what, you look at Travis Johnston, you'd think they were down 20 right now. He is locked in. He knows this team could catch fire in an instant, and he doesn't want to have any part of being the team that has to play against a comeback. Flip shot missed, and Logston will be picked up for the foul. Amari Williams will go to the line.
Looked like Jack was just trying to get out of the way there, but Williams kind of stuck it to him a little bit. You hate to see those type of fouls when he saw it was coming, was trying to backpedal, but still got it.
Williams led the football team with 4 interceptions. You can tell he's just a
good athlete.
He's one of those guys that I don't know what position he plays on defense, but if he was a linebacker or a defensive end and he was coming up and I was a quarterback, I think I'd lay down.
He could probably play them all and do pretty good.
Yes. And that Tilghman team lost in the state semifinals to Covington Catholic. They had to make the trip to Covington Catholic, too, on the road, which Covington Catholic up in the northern Kentucky area, I mean, that was probably every bit of a 5-hour bus ride, if not longer, for Paducah Tilghman there on Black Friday, and they were not able to win. That's a tough place to win there in Park Hills, Kentucky anyways. Armstrong down the right side, bounce pass to Haycraft. Outside to Martin, driving in, flips it off to Logston. In the near side, back now to Martin, off to Langdon on the left wing. 3, good! New career high for Spencer Langdon. 26 for the freshman. Driving down inside, and now a foul's going to be called, and that's an easy one. Martin will pick up the foul, his first.
Good.
Actually, Haycraft they called on.
Really good possession right there. They moved it in and out a couple times, switched sides of the floor, and then got Langdon with an open shot at the top. Really good possession.
Ahmad Wilkins to the line, 71.4%. First one good. This Paducah Tilghman team 5-3. They played 3 similar opponents to Grayson. They beat Carlisle County by 10. Grayson lost to them by 6. They defeated St. Mary by 14. Grayson lost to them by 10. They defeated Ballard Memorial by 6. Grayson County defeated them by 20. Both free throws good.
Well, with their football team making a deep run, probably didn't start playing basketball till, well, 1st of December, I guess.
Yep, because they lost there on Black Friday. Logston drives in, fires a pass down to Napier. He's able to recover and grab it. Napier finds Langdon. 3 is in and out. Rebounded on the floor, and you know what? For Spencer, every single time on that shot.
Yeah, I don't think he could take a bad shot right now,
No,
as hot as he's been.
He's feeling it, and I don't even know if he's ice cold with how good of a shooter and scorer he can be.
Yep.
Into the corner. Picked up there by Wilkins. He drives, he kicks. McClure into the far corner, a 3, good. Made in there by Aiden Forthman for his first 3 of the game. Langdon drives down the near side. Up to the top of the key to Logston. In between the circles, 54-38, Grayson County on top. 2.5 left in quarter number 3, and game number 1 of our doubleheader here today. So Lady Cougars will face Carlisle later. Off the glass, basket good, driving in, made there by Kobe Martin, and a timeout on the floor taken by Grayson County. They're on top, 56-38. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105, or Cougar basketball on K105.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Here we come. Grayson County is on top, 56-38. If you want to tell your story about you were just yelling at your daughter, right?
Yeah, I was just waving at Hannah. I taught both of my kids when I was little, when I whistled a certain way, regardless of what you were doing, stop and turn and keep looking until you find me, and they haven't forgotten about it. It wasn't always pleasant that I was waving high, but they still know when Dad whistles a certain way, you better stop and look for him.
It's called being a father, right?
Yeah, we'll show. I'll show it to you on Eli sometime when he's with the crew.
We tried to get Eli out of bed this morning to come, and he had to get his hair cut.
Yeah, get his hair did.
I mean, listen, man's got to do what a man's got to do. We're underway. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Grayson County on top of Paducah Tilghman, 56-38. Soft to the left wing. Forthman into the corner. Wilkins. In Grayson County, I think defense today has been one of their best defensive games of the entire season. And that's a walk on the, a foul called on the inside, called on Gage Napier. As Napier will be called for his first foul. I didn't see it, but I didn't have a great angle on it either, as that was from the far side. We really didn't, from our vantage point, have the greatest. Stepping into the 3 is McClure, and he finally hits one. All right, so it's his second 3 of the game, but I would assume he's probably about 2 of 9 from 3. The shot's just not been there for the guard for Paducah Tilghman. Up top, Logston stripped and taken away. Here comes the fast break for Harris, and he's fouled on the drive by Grayson County.
Looks like their feet may have gotten tangled up a little bit there.
For Jack, that'll be his 3rd, team's 4th. Immediately, Caden Hanshaw is going to come up, and I like this decision here by Travis Johnson. 1:43 left in the third quarter. You're up by 15. Your leading scorer just picks up his 3rd foul. I think go to the bench, and we'll see at the start of the 4th.
Yeah, good bit of coaching there.
Kobe Martin also comes out. In for him is Brody Armstrong. Into the corner. Driving in is Forthman. Top of the key, McClure. Napier immediately denied the drive. Nice dish off. It was deflected on the inside out to McClure. He drives in, free throw line floater, good for McClure. On the inside, Antoine McClure's got 8 points. Grayson County on top, 56-43. It's where you got to be careful, though, because I think Paducah Tilghman, Greg Overstreet's probably saying, let's get this game to within 10 at the start of the fourth quarter, and we got a shot. If you're Grayson, you can get this to 15, it might be the dagger.
Yeah, it's kind of a dangerous time right here. You really want to, you don't want to totally stop
Langdon down the left lane, blocked on the inside, but he's fouled. I think they're going to call that on the far side, not on. Ooh, no, they're going to call it.
Did.
They called it on Williams. I thought they were going to call it on Harris, or not on Harris, rather on Forthman. And it'll be Spencer Langdon to the line, where he not a great free throw shooter this season. 52% on the season for a guy who can really score. First shot, good for Spencer. And I know Travis Johnston, there was one moment in a game earlier where he, I think, airballed a free throw. And this was a game a couple of weeks ago, and he yelled at Spencer and said, "Focus." So I guess in his eyes, that's the biggest thing for Spencer, and clearly he was focused there. He makes both to get up to 28 points. It's 58-43. 1 minute left in quarter number 3. Grayson County has the 15-point advantage. Spinning, nice defense by Napier. Defending the pass, recovered. Wilkins drives, shots missed. Landon Haycraft amongst the trees has it, loses it, flips it up, volleyball with it. Hanshaw's got it for Grayson County. Very smart play by Caden, too, slowing down, letting his players come up to help him. 40 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Armstrong up at the top of the key. Handoff pass to Langdon, who's looking for 30 points. He's got 28 in the game. 30 seconds and counting in quarter number 3. 58-43, Grayson County up by 15. And I'd like Holden for the final shot here.
Yeah, if you can, it'd be good.
Unless you get a high percentage, and there's a turnover. Langdon tried to spin down the lane, loses it. Here comes the run out. Hanshaw in defense, blocks the shot there to recover and lay it in. Is Wilkins on the right side. 58-45, 10 seconds left now. You absolutely are holding for the final shot if you're Grayson County. Hanshaw drives in, jump pass to Armstrong, who cuts down the baseline, loses, gains it back, and is fouled on the way up. Every official in the building called that foul. And Armstrong will go to the line with 3.5. Forthman picks up the foul, his first, team's fourth. Travis Johnson going to switch to the man-to-man defense here. These are two big free throws here for Brody. First one, good. Armstrong, 50% from the stripe this season, but he's been very streaky. He's had games where he's hit. He reminds me kind of Nolan Schartzer for Grayson County a few years ago, where Nolan's stat line was something like if he made the first, Armstrong makes both. He was a 75% free throw shooter. If he missed it, there's a shot from the half court at the buzzer. It is missed by Harris. But if he missed the first shot of his game, he was like a 40% free throw shooter.
Yep.
Sometimes it's just a mental game. Grayson County leads 60-45 at the end of the third quarter. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Grayson County leads 60-45 as we start the fourth quarter of play. Sam Gormley and Steven Smith back here.
First time I've heard any emotion coming out of the Tilghman timeout or huddle breaking right there.
What were you hearing?
Just they were fired up and kind of encouraging each other a little bit better.
I mean, you're down 15. It's driving in, and that's how you start. Wilkins, strong drive. That's how they shoot, and the strong drive has not necessarily been there. Now, credit to Grayson County, and here comes, we got about a 2-on-2 zone pressure. Not sure we've seen the 2-on-2 from Tilghman, at least in this, and now that's going to morph back into a man-to-man. Armstrong on the left side, cutting down to Hanshaw. Not a great pass, and it's taken away by Tilghman. Up the far side of the floor, driving in as Harris loses, and it's taken away by Armstrong. Throws it up to Hanshaw. Down the right side, Hanshaw makes the layup. That one almost popped out.
Scared me a little bit.
Back to a 15-point lead. 3 right side, pops in and out. There to follow is Forthman. It's not there. Bouncing up, Thompson comes down with a loose board. Top of the key to James Harris at the left elbow. Back to the top of the key to McClure. Flips it off. Top of the key, 3. Thompson in and out. Rebounded by Napier for Grayson County. Gives it off now to Logston. Off to Hanshaw. Down the near side comes Armstrong around the defender, and It's out of bounds. I thought it might have been blocked by Thompson. I think he just lost it on the way up.
I think he got maybe a finger on it, threw Brody off, and couldn't get a handle on it, and ended up knocking it out of bounds.
And sometimes that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
62-47. Left side three is short. Nice rebound there by Caden Hanshaw. Rebounding has been a big thing for Grayson County in this game. They've rebounded very well. Right side Napier into the corner to Langdon, looking for 30. Got it!
Got it.
31 for Spencer Langdon. Matches the season high of any player for Grayson County on the year. Free throw line floater by Harris, too long, tapped off into the air. Langdon's got it for the orange and blue, 65-47. This is a very interesting decision here for both of these coaching staffs too. You know you are playing games tomorrow and then games again on Friday. How aggressive do you be with the bench really on both sides when you're up by 18 or down by 18?
You know, the heated competition we're in right now, you got to stick with your best players.
Offensive foul called on Jack Logston. That'll be his fourth as he drives down the lane.
Yeah, you're going to have to stick with what you got right now and let tomorrow take care of itself.
And I do agree with that. And a lot of this, too, is, and we can say this, Stephen, as old men, they're just kids.
Yeah, they're just kids. And they played, 3 last week, too?
They did. And in all seriousness, there is some accuracy to that. Like, they're 15 years old. Yeah, now, if it be me and you out there in 3 games in 3 days, I think I'd struggle with 3 quarters in 3 days.
Yeah, they're going to bounce back.
I can barely do 3 games broadcasting in 3 days. I can't even set up for one.
Can't even get one going.
Woodfork in the corner. They've done a good job on him. Top of the key, McClure driving in. Shot good there by Antoine McClure. He's got 10 points in this game after entering the game, appearing in only 2 games, had not scored yet. Bounce pass to Langdon, drives on the right side, curls through. Langdon on the right side, what a take. 33 for Spencer Langdon. Into the corner, a 3, good, right there by Wilkins, putting it in his second 3 of the game. 15-point game. Hanshaw weaving through, and a foul up at the top of the key is going to be called on Woodfork.
Up until that position, it looked like Tilghman had a better job whenever they were penetrating.
And that'll be actually Woodfork's 5th. That was one of those that I had messed up on fouls. I knew I'd missed some in the first half of play, and I wondered why I'd been calling his name much, but
did he score?
He scored 4 points.
Okay.
And again, if you're a Paducah Tilghman fan, I apologize again. If you've been watching the entire game, you know we've been dealing with a lot of technical issues, and it was a challenge at times. Armstrong at the free throw line, flips it off to Napier. Into the far corner to Haycraft, about 5 minutes to go. Grayson County up by 15, almost a steal at the top of the key. Martin drives in off the right side, basket good for Kobe Martin, a nice aggressive take. 69-52, Grayson County. They've crossed that 60-point mark, which in the Travis Johnson era has been very good to them. 3, that's not what you want. Wilkins hits the 3. You do not want him heating up.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row for him.
Haycraft to answer, right side good. Now if you do that, it doesn't necessarily matter as Haycraft's got 6 points now. So he just drove down, threw it off the glass. 71-55, inside pass deflected twice, deflected a 3rd time. Langdon deflects it out of bounds.
Just don't want to get in a position where you're trading 3s for 2s, but 16 points with 4 minutes to go as long as they don't get scalding hot.
And they haven't shown that they can stop them. 3 right side, Thompson, no good. Rebounded by Armstrong on the floor there for Grayson County, and he'll loop it off to Langdon. Up the far side of the floor, and very smart play there by Spencer. He's going to slow down. Top of the key, he drives in at the free throw line, goes up, and he is hit in the face. And Steven, this is the best part about this too, is it's a foul on Wilkins. I have that as his first, and that is his first. If this was college or the NBA, wow, not a shooting foul.
Wow.
Okay, that's interesting. But we would have gone to the monitor and looked at that for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Right, and see if there's anything malicious.
And there was not. It just was a play.
Exactly.
And that's one thing I love about high school is that they haven't figured out that they can look at our monitors.
That's right.
And I hope they never do. Armstrong at the top of the key, driving in, gets the hole blocked from behind by McClure, but some contact made from the backside.
A lot of credit to the Cougars again, Sam. They keep penetrating, and they're getting layups, and when they don't hit the layups, they're going to the foul line, and I think have been doing pretty good from the foul line. Maybe missed a couple, but
at first glance, I have it about 6 of 8.
Yeah.
But I also can't count. You're the math guy.
Then that would be something like 7 for 9.
Look at you. Which is what percent?
About 66. No, it'd be
77.7.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
See, I had a teacher that made us memorize those, so I have them all. And I don't remember the reasoning as to why. In middle school, we had to memorize all of the random ones from 1 to 9. Flip shot on the left side, missed by Harris. Haycraft with another loose board for Grayson. He fires a pass up to Langdon on the right side. Langdon for 35. He got it, and he'll go to the line. What a pass by Landon Haycraft.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen that one, but he buzzed it right through there, and good things are happening here. Wow, what a pass.
It's been that kind of night. Into the game will be Kyo Skinner for Paducah Tilghman. He's appeared in 3 games, 3 rebounds. All 3 of his shots on the year have come from three-point range. 36 for Spencer Langdon.
Not a bad night.
It's okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he can do something tomorrow to help out the team. 3 right side, missed by Wilkins, rebounded by Napier on the floor for Grayson. Flips it off to Landon Haycraft. The most points I've seen of Grayson County playing Haycraft walk with it. He was looking for help, and the help came a little bit too late.
Yeah.
36 for Spencer Langdon. Again, if you've just joined us, the most points I've ever seen a Grayson County player score was Keegan Sharp against Meade County, and if my memory's right, it was 39.
Looks like Tilghman may be thinking about tomorrow already, Sam, emptying their bench.
Tyson Arthur into the game. And honestly, I think it's a smart play. As the winner of today's game, which Grayson County got by 20 with 3:20 to go, presumably will be Grayson. We'll be back here at 7:45 tomorrow evening. Top of the key, it's into the far corner, driving in off the left side. Nice take by Deshaun Chandler on the take down that far side for Paducah Tilghman. They will play the winner of Logan County John Hardin. That'll happen later on this evening. The loser will play at 12:45 here tomorrow against the loser of that game.
Pretty quick turnaround.
It is, yes. The pro of winning. Armstrong down the left side, stripped, gains it back, looking for help, spinning it around, gives it up to the top side to Martin. To the free throw line, Haycraft. He has it knocked away and taken away. The runoff. And down the left side, spinning 3 up, and it's an air ball by Skinner. Armstrong flips it off to Langdon down the left side. Langdon up for 38. Let's add to it. Spencer Langdon, have yourself a day. Jack Longston is going back to the bench. He's not going to score double figures for the first time all season, but he hadn't needed to do anything.
I think he'll take it.
Yes. And luckily, he's going to be fresh tomorrow.
Yeah.
Far side, pass deflected out of bounds. Skinner couldn't catch it. And some subs in. Zach Bratcher in for Spencer Langdon, who is going to check out of today's game with a career high 38 points for Spencer Langdon, which I believe, I got to go back and look. Keegan Sharp had either 38 or 39. Oh, did they have 6 on the floor? They did.
Yeah, somebody down here in the corner. I know they were giving out a player of the game in the game before us that started. I'm going to assume that'll probably go to Spencer Langdon.
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
It's a hot take.
Yeah, not a tough call on that one at this point.
I thought you were in the running for it. I mean, you did go get me that box at one point in the game.
I did get that black box one time.
It'll be Kobe Martin to shoot 2 free throws after he is fouled. And he misses the first off the front of the iron. Into the game, Jaden Pierce. He's also being joined by Chase Ballnock, Hayden Robinson, and Zach Bratcher. And their Landon played great today, too.
Yeah, he did. Got a lot of big rebounds. And that's something for his size, as athletic as he is. He doesn't let his size bother him. He gets down in there in the tall trees and gets a lot of good rebounds.
2 minutes to go, 77-57. Grayson County on top. The shot good. The athletic one put in by Chandler. And he'll go to the free throw line. Hayden Robinson picks up the foul, his first. And Chandler to the line. He's 1 of 2 this season.
I was kind of surprised at not seeing him playing more in warm-ups. He looked really athletic and was going at it pretty hard. But maybe
the senior, 5'10", 170. He looks almost more than 170. He's a big guy.
Yeah, just a sophomore, Sam.
Well, apparently I can't read because I wrote down senior here.
Okay. Well,
that would make more sense.
Maybe he is.
Yours is more accurate than mine.
Okay.
Up top, pass thrown away. It's out of bounds. Was it deflected? It was. So it's going to stay with Grayson with 1:45 to go in the game.
Brian Bowman getting some action on the sideline over there.
Oh, man, I didn't even see that. I like it. He didn't even have to move back from the slouch, right?
That's right, yeah.
See James Hanshaw looking on as well. Cadenstad into the game. Jake Bratcher in for Kobe Martin. Jake made his season debut last week, and I liked it that head coach Travis Johnston, when he uploaded the stats to Cage yesterday, he accidentally gave 7 of Jack Logston's free throws to Jake Bratcher in a game last week, and I was a little bit confused. I was like, wait a second, because I thought I was 7 points off on my count for Jack, and I didn't think I could be that wrong. Bratcher is fouled on the drive. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Because that was, I think, the Ballard Memorial game where I had Jack with 28, and at first it had him with 21, and I was like, I don't think I could be that wrong. Like 1 or 2 maybe, but
I'm sure Jack would take them.
First good there for Zach Bratcher. Again, the Cougars will be back tomorrow at 7:45. They will play the winner of Logan County, John Hardin. We will more than likely not have coverage of that game, because this would now force us to be here all day tomorrow. There's just the timing-wise, it doesn't necessarily work. 79-60 on the left side. It is Kylan Ware. Inside flip shot, missed. Recovery, puts it back up, and it rolls in for Perdaman. There for Paducah Tilghman, it is 79-62. Bryson Lambert set to check in here for Grayson County, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Travis Johnston. It's just going to be a substitution timeout, as they're going to put Bryson Lambert into the game. Bryson on the year, 4 shots, all of them from 3.
I was going to say, he's got a quick trigger. Good to see the young kid getting some time here.
It's deflected in the backcourt. He's got it. Diving after the moves there by Bryson Lambert. Top of the key, Robinson. Off to Bratcher on the right side. 28 seconds and counting. Bonnock, he's not afraid to shoot it. It's missed, and it rolls over for a second there. I thought that ball was going to get stuck up on top of the net there. Again, the Lady Cougars will play. They're supposed to play at 3. And last time, they wanted to start on time, so I hope they don't give them about 8 minutes to warm up. Down the left side, basket's missed, rebounded by Grayson County. And you got to break the timeline, and then we're probably going to hit the showers here. Lambert does so on that far side, and we're going to have a foul called. And that'll be free throws for Zach Bratcher. He'll go back to try and add some points to his total today.
I don't know where you're going to get the shower at with the
That's
water
right.
outage.
Well, I mean, maybe the water, you could just go to the water main and
probably just step on top of a hose. And
Logan County water's okay, right?
Yeah, sure. It is awful close to Tennessee, though.
But it's also close to Bowling Green, right?
Yeah, true.
Bratcher makes the first free throw. That is 80 points now for Grayson County. They crossed that mark for the second time in a week. Make it 81. And you're going to be able to count this game down. Over to that left side, 3 at the buzzer. Good. It puts in there for Chandler. But too little, too late. Grayson County defeats Paducah Tilghman 81-65 in dominating fashion. We'll take a break. Come back with more as this is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Welcome back here to Logan County, where Grayson County has defeated Paducah Tilghman tonight by a final score of 81-65. Spencer Langdon finishes with a career-high 38 points. Coming up on our fifth quarter show, well, it's really between the games. We are going to hopefully get a chance to talk to head coach Travis Johnston really quick, get his thoughts on what he has to be a very thrilled conversation with him. And who knows what else we might have, because we really don't know how much time. We're going to just kind of roll with this, we've been doing this entire game. Grayson County wins 81-65 against Paducah Tilghman. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Welcome back here to Logan County High School, where Grayson County wins Game 1 of our doubleheader against Paducah Tilghman in boys basketball by a final score of 81-65. We're hopefully in a chance going to get to talk to Coach Travis Johnston. In fact, actually, Coach Travis Johnston is walking up here to us, and we're going to get to talk to him and get his thoughts on what was a very impressive victory, as he's going to hopefully be able to squeeze in here. Do you want to sit up here, or we'll figure something out? Well, I know you got to jump in when you do this. We're on air right now, so I'm going to just bring you in, as Coach Johnston is hopefully not going to break a leg or tear an ACL. Coach Spencer Langdon, I mean, can he maybe do something tomorrow to help you out?
That's about as good of an individual game as I've seen in a long, long time.
Keegan.
Our unofficial stat, I mean, even like Keegan's threes were the way he did it, and in the second half and stuff, those were unbelievable. But Spencer did it on a variety of ways, and then our unofficial stats have him with 9 rebounds and 5 assists too, and to score 38 and then have those stats with it on a night where Jack didn't score the ball well. We really needed that, and again, that was one of the best performances I've seen in a long time.
In that first quarter, I think this game was going to be one of those that, to me, the first quarter was going to tell the story.
Yep.
I think if you all were down, I was a little worried this game might have gotten, because that's a really good basketball team. I think maybe second, third best team you've played all season in some instances, maybe behind Adair and Ohio in that realm as well. How impressed were you that I know Coach Jones, Brian Jones, his line is, got off the bus.
I tell you what, I don't really think they overlooked us. I know the coaching staff didn't overlook us, but you just got a sense, and we told our guys that we felt like they looked at us and thought, hey, they're small, they're little, they're not big or strong, nothing, and so we tried to use that. They maybe didn't think that, but we tried to use that to motivate them, and we started off great. We were able to use our zone effectively. They had to play a guy that we hadn't seen in 3 or 4 films, number 10, who was a good shooter. But the tone setter was getting number 5. He averages 20 points a game, and Brody took 2 huge charges on it. And as much as Spencer, 38 points and all that stuff, the fact that Brody was able to take those, we've been preaching that forever. I told him if we take 2+ charges tonight, we will win. And it doesn't look like that was the deciding factor, but it was, because that was his 2nd foul and that was his 4th foul. And I bet number 5 didn't play. He had 7 points, and I bet he only played 10 minutes. So, I mean, that was huge. So Brody stepping in and taking that, that was the difference in the game.
I would show you this, but this is a mess right now because, as you saw, we had to set up in about – because they gave you 12 minutes to warm up and then everything. Since I know we got to get ready to jump into the girls really quick, we probably won't be with you tomorrow.
Okay.
You've got, and probably not on Friday either, but you've got a Logan County or John Hardin tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know that, and then it would be Apollo or somebody.
Allen County or somebody in Tennessee.
Clarksville Northwest or something. How do you continue this?
We have to make sure that we are locked in. With as young as we are, sometimes we have a game like that and not necessarily get the big head, but we get ahead of ourselves and stuff. And we know what it's like, and not saying anything bad, but we know what it's like to play the host school on their home floor. We experienced it. We're not going to get anything. It's going to be physical. It's going to be tough. They're at home. We've got to go back on the bus, come back tomorrow night and all that stuff. So we have to make sure that we are focused and prepared. And we're moving the ball a little better. We can't rely on Spencer to have 38 every night, though that would be really nice and make it a lot easier for me to coach.
Coach, good luck the rest of the week.
Thanks.
And if we don't see you the rest of the week, have a good New Year, and we'll see you at Muhlenberg County.
Yeah, thanks.
That's head coach Travis Johnston. We'll take a break. If you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, we're going to play an outro, and then our stream will end, and we'll rejoin here in a few minutes for the Lady Cougar game. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.